Good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. I did too, but I had a little challenge, but that's okay. I'm still here. Got a message for you today. See, life was, sometimes it will snatch the rug out from under you and just slap you silly. I said, bam! There goes that vision. I mean, they have those fights and somebody get knocked silly and the referee say, how many fingers I got up in the air? Gosh, I think I see 12. Let me tell you. And so I want you to think about what you want. I got some big plans. I want to work with some people that are hungry. I want to work with some people that are serious. I want to work with some people that want to take their game to the next level, that want to learn from me. God has blessed me. I was born to motivate you, to bring out the greatness in you. You learn, you earn, you pass it on. And I'm looking for people who are open and receptive to what I can pass on to them. See, there are three types of people. They're winners, they're losers, and they're winners who've not discovered how to win. And they keep on knocking their head up against the wall. They keep on frustrating themselves. They keep on making the same mistakes over and over and over again. They are stuck. Why? Because they don't know what they don't know, and they think they know. You can't see the picture when you're in the frame. That's where mentoring comes in. That's where coaching comes in. That's where I come in. You think being here, accomplishing what I've accomplished, you think I might know a little something? That given my life experiences, given what I've overcome, those of you that have been listening to me since you were little kids, is it possible that I might know some things that you don't know that can help you? Don't join the masses. Do not go where the path may lead. Go where there's no path and leave a trail. Don't follow the masses. Okay, here. I want you to write this down. Get some help. Yeah, because you don't know what you don't know. The worst combination in the world that I think that I don't deal with is arrogance and ignorance. You see it in your children all the time. Well, they think they know, and they don't know. I remember my son, John Leslie, we had an argument, and he said, listen to me. I said, excuse me, how long you been on the planet? How old are you? He said, 15. You're 15. I'm several times older than that. Would you agree? Yes, sir. Is it possible that I might know some stuff that you don't know? You just got here 15 years ago. That can be helpful to you. There's a book called The Kabbalion. He said, the lips of the wise are sealed to the ears of the ignorant. See, there's some things that we know, some things that we try and prevent our kids from making the same mistakes that we did. And the louder we speak, the faster they run toward danger, toward their friends. Isn't that interesting? Have you ever given somebody some advice based upon your experience, your observation, and they got mad with you? They got upset with you because you didn't agree with the behavior that they were engaged in, where they were sabotaging themselves, where they were making short-term decisions that had long-term consequences. Have you ever been in a situation like that? Have you observed that with a friend or a relative? See, here's what I know. And that won't happen by accident. That won't happen by affirmations. No, you have to have a new mindset. Let that mind be in you. You got to have another mindset. Your best thinking has produced the life and the results that you now have. Where you are right now, your thoughts have brought you. Where you can go when you upgrade your thinking, your thoughts can take you. And so I'm encouraging you, got something for you. And part of it is you want to work on and develop you. You've got to up your game on your program for you. The things that you're going to fortify yourself so you can be ready for the fight. Because if we don't know anything else, here's what we learned. It ain't all about the vision. You got to be ready to fight. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. In order to stand, you got to know you in a fight. Most people don't know you in a fight. You know, in school, you know, one of the first things they need to teach us in school, that life is a fight for territory, for peace of mind, for health, for your relationships, for your family, for the kind of life that you want to live. Oh, the reading, writing, and arithmetic, oh, that's nice. And that can't take you where you want to go. You can survive on that, but you can't live on that. You have to have an expanded vision of yourself. You've got to get ready to deal. I remember, I just remember his name. A guy named Leatha Kelsey. And I was in elementary school, in Douglas Elementary School in Miami. And Leatha Kelsey, who was heavy, and every day, he was taller than I was, about 2 years, and every day he would chase me home to beat me up. Why? Because he could. He outweighed me probably about 25 or 30 pounds, and he was fast too, but I was faster. And every day he would try and catch me. Sometimes he would beat me up. He would wait out in the parking lot. He was a bully. He didn't just beat me, he beat other people too. And I tried to fight him, but he was just too big to handle. And so I started leaving school a little earlier, sneaking out, and had another exit strategy. And one day I started running toward home, and I looked back, and Leatha Kelsey, he anticipated that. I think he'd asked some people, where is Leslie? And they told him I went out another door from Douglas Elementary School, and he was waiting behind a car. I guess he decided, you know what? I think I'm gonna touch him up a little bit. And so when I saw him, boy, I started running. And so when I got about halfway home, I said, Mama, open the door. Open the door. Leatha Kelsey's behind me. Open the door. And my mother looked, and she locked the door. I said, Mama, I'm here pulling on the door. I said, Mama, open the door. He's coming. He's right behind me. She said, fight. And Leatha grabbed me by the neck and slung me off the porch and threw me in some bushes. And there was a new soda drink called Topa-Cola that was designed to compete with Coca-Cola. And I fell in the grass, and my head touched the Topa-Cola. And when I came up, see, when sometimes when life knocks you down, don't just lay there. Look around for something that you can come up with. I came up with a Topa-Cola, and I bust him in the head. Bam! He said, oh, my God. And then I hit him again. Bam! Let me tell you, he was shocked. He was startled because he wasn't accustomed to me fighting back. I thought it was cruel and mean that my mother would lock the door. She said, fight, fight. And boy, when the blood started coming down his face, he said, oh my God. And he went running, blood coming up both sides of his head. And I'm saying, holding that Topa-Cola bottle, that'll learn you. Oh my God. Leatha Kelsey came to school, his head all bandaged up. He didn't chase me no more. Somebody said, you gonna beat up Leslie today? No, he crazy. See, sometimes people got to know you crazy. You can't make this stuff up. Listen, we got to fight all the way to the end. Because, see, I said yesterday that life it's really, it's fascinating. Life is a fight for territory. And once you stop fighting for what you you don't want will automatically take over. It's a fight for territory. Life is about transformation. Life, it's about disruptions. Life, it's about miracles. You are here to grow. You must die daily to who you are so you can give birth to who you are to become. And there will be interruptions along the way. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That's all I got to say about that. And it's about miracles. You have miracle working power. The fact that you're still here. So this is different. This is very, very different. And so as you look at yourself, look at your goals, look at your dreams, you got to have a game plan for you. You got to have a game plan for your mind. We do what we want to do, buy what we want, beg for what we need. I remember a guy told me, man, I got this seminar you ought to come to. And his name was Ed Foreman, Executive Development in Plano, Texas, right outside of Dallas. I said, man, I'm taking care of my mother. I don't have any job or anything. I'm looking at becoming a professional speaker. I can't afford your rates. And he said, then you can't afford not to do it. How are you going to teach somebody to do something that you haven't done? I don't understand that. How are you going to tell people how to operate out of their comfort zone and you are not willing to reach beyond your comfort zone to make this happen? How are you going to teach people how to be a no matter what person? And you're coming up with saying, I don't have it. You don't have it? Get it. I got it. Went to Plano, Texas, Dallas, Texas on a Greyhound bus. My mother prepared for me some marinated frog legs. I didn't have the money for a plane. So I went on a bus. Why? Because I was hungry. I was hungry. If you're hungry, if you're serious, if you mean to win, if your life has been interrupted, if you want to have a transformative impact on the results that you're producing in your life, if you want to rob the cemetery of your gifts, of your genius, of your leadership, of your talent, you got to get a running start. When you want to transform your life, when you're dealing with some interruptions that you did not see coming, you got to tap into your miracle working power. That's your superpower. You have miracle working power. That's why the book of life says, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you. When you are serious about taking your life to the next level to get it done, are you serious? Are you ready to get some stuff done that you didn't get done this year? And here's one of the main things I want you to do. Follow the protocol. Practice social distancing from people and the refrigerator. And I want to ask you a question. What's your strategy for being here? Being here is not a given. Last night I woke up around 3:05. I looked at the clock. I was sweating profusely. Listen to me. This might surprise you. Guess what? There's some other things that can take you out other than the coronavirus. I'm overcoming diabetes. I was sweating profusely and I heard this voice saying, get up slowly. I was sweating. And something said, check your blood sugar level. I checked it. It was 58. Whoa. Now, when it gets down to 40, you can go into a diabetic coma. It was 58. So now I knew why I was sweating so profusely. And I had not been tracking myself in terms of taking my medication, taking my insulin, and what I eat. And so I laid back and I heard this voice said, you better get up. You better get up and get some sugar in your body somewhere. And my room is legal. There's nothing sweet in there but me. Oh, stop it, sugar daddy. Let me tell you something. So I staggered over to the steps and I took my time going down. First I said, John Leslie. And the voice said, he's gone. I got you now. You better get up. So I got up. I came downstairs and looking for something sweet that I can put in my mouth to bring my blood sugar level up. And diabetes said, you know what you talking about, Corona? Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect me, baby. I'm not to be played with. Trust me on this. I have a friend, he just woke up one morning with diabetes and he disrespected diabetes. He's blind out of nowhere. Don't look past me, baby. I'm not to be played with, sweetheart. And fortunately, I found some grapes in the refrigerator, but I was grabbing everything that I could, and I staggered to the couch, and I stayed there for a moment, and something said, don't go to sleep now. Oh, you didn't bring what you needed to check your blood sugar level again. I didn't have the presence of mind. There's some other things that can take you out other than the coronavirus, your blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes. It's horrible, it's cruel. And I passed out on the couch. And I woke up this morning, you know what I said? To God be the glory. Whew. To God be the glory. All things work together for good, for those who love God and who are called according to his purpose. How many of you ever had a close call and you knew that you're here not because of you? You knew. You just know it. You can't prove it. Ain't nothing you need to talk to anybody about. You don't need to go anywhere and buck dance and shout. No. You know in your heart of hearts that you are here because of God's grace and mercy. If anybody didn't tell you, I know why I'm here. It's very important to know that. And carry yourself accordingly. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God. Why do you need armor? Because you're in a fight. That's why. Now, I want to ask you a question. What's your strategy for being here? What's your health? And you got to keep it moving. You got to move. If you want to be here longer, studies indicate here's something that's important. Your mindset, but part of the strategy is not only working on your mind, but working on your body. Why? Because you can't do anything. Your health is your wealth. So part of my health plan, I do things that make me happy. I'm not going to the gym. No. But at least I can dance for 30 or 45 minutes at home with something that I enjoy. Come on. No excuse is acceptable. I decided it's a fat boy move if I go through the day and don't dance. That's a fat boy move. That means that I'm committed more to being fat than being in shape. Until the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of change, you will never change. This doesn't work for me. No, I'm too vain. No. Because I'm 75 don't mean I have to look 75 and act 75 like I got one foot on the banana peeling and the other one in the graveyard. No, I got to up my game to be here. And part of that is knowing that nothing tastes as good as health feels. Knowing what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. He said, eat to live, don't live to eat. No, no. So I'm making healthy choices. And I've created a drama-free zone around me. Don't bring no drama up in here because I'm not the one. I don't do drama. Create a drama-free zone for family members, for your children, for friends, your job, anybody that you know. Let them know, draw the line, put your foot down. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. Life has no duplicate. See, people have a propensity for drama, and you end up having a heart attack or a stroke and leaving here. No, you deserve the best that life has to offer. You're still here. You're still here. God has something in mind for you. Don't take that for granted. Don't you look past that. You woke up this morning. I woke up on the couch barefooted, no shirt on. You said, no, death coming for you, but he ain't gonna get you today. I got you. I got you back. But don't do this anymore. Don't make me work overtime. You start paying attention to your blood sugar level. Do you hear me? Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, I will. I will. See, we have to be consciously conscious, because if we don't, we'll go on automatic and do the things we've done in the past. If you want different results, here's something else. As you look at yourself, look at your goals, and look at your dreams. It's very important. Right now, you got to do an assessment of your relationships. You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. Dr. Dennis Gimpro said, and he was right. If you're the smartest one in your group, you need to get a new group. You need to be in a community of people that you can learn from, that you can grow from. You need mentoring and coaching from someone who's already made their first million, and that can help you make yours. We'll be millionaires, billionaires, and witnesses. Make a commitment. You are not going to be a witness. That you're going to be in the first two columns, either a millionaire or a billionaire. It took me 3 years to earn my first million. So do I know a little something about how you can use your voice, use your story, use your knowledge, use your experiences to create your first? I think so. And how many of you are ready to make your first? It's not beyond your reach. I remember as a kid, millenniums don't know anything about that. They had a program called The Millionaire, Mark Anthony. And he went to this guy, and every week this guy would give him $1 million to give to some unknowing, unsuspecting person. And every time that program would come on, The Millionaire, when it went off and somebody came to the house, knocked on the door, I'd jump up and I'd run to the door. My mama said, where you going? I said, I think that's the man with the $1 million check, mama. She said, boy, if you don't sit your behind down, if he had $1 million in Overtown, that he'd have got it busted in the head by now. I was so caught up in that. I loved that program. I loved it. And I remember when I got into the speaking business, and Sue Burkhardt, I got to call Sue today, she is my secretary. And one day I heard her say, no, whoa, oh my God. And I was speaking in Detroit at the time. My office was in the Penobscot building. I was giving a speaking series called Choosing Your Future. And she said, this can't be real. And she came in my office and she said, look at this, Mr. Brown. And it was a check for $1 million with my name on it. She said, this can't be real. We Xeroxed a copy of it, and we went down and put it in the bank. And they look at us crazy. And they check, it's good. It's good. Yeah. So I looked at my cousin Boo. He since made his transition. I said, okay, I'd like to withdraw some money, please. So we took out around $5,000. Boo loved to cook, so he would get pots and pans, and I went to the bookstore to get some more books and cassette tapes. Millenniums don't know about that. And oh my goodness. I remember my son Calvin came home early. This is embarrassing. I'm bad. And so I picked him up and we checked into a hotel, got a suite, and the rest of the money out of the 5,000, we just counted out on the bed. Then I looked at Boo, he looked at me. He said, "You thinking what I'm thinking?" I said, "Yes." And we both jumped on the bed and started rolling in the money. He said, "We rolling in money." My son looked at us and said, "Y'all have gone crazy." Oh my God. Oh boy. You can take them out the country, but you can't take the country out of them. Oh man, what an experience. Listen, life is full of transformation, disruptions, and miracles. Who would have thought somebody born in an abandoned building on a floor, I don't even know my parents, labeled educable, mental retarded? Who would have thought that somebody would write me a check for $1,125,000 to be exact? You have no idea what God has in store for you. Doesn't matter what you've lost. What matters is what you're going to build. Where you go from here. 8 out of 10 millionaires have been bankrupt. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. What has been taken away. What you have is enough. You are enough. You are the money. Become a part of a community of like-minded people who are going in your direction. Don't do this thing called solo. Don't hang out with the same people. Use this time to upgrade your relationships. Go through each person you communicate with most, including family members, and ask the question, what is this relationship doing to me? Write that down. What is this relationship doing to me? Am I growing mentally and emotionally and spiritually? Am I smarter? Am I a better person because of this relationship? Is this relationship an asset to me or a liability? She said there's some relationships you got to let go, including relatives. Let go or be dragged. I had a friend of mine, she had to fire her parents. Sean had to fire her parents. She filed for divorce from her parents. Her father was physically and emotionally abusive, and her mother watched. She was a witness and didn't stop it, didn't intervene. And she, one day at 14, called the police department and asked, if you are a victim of parental abuse, can you file charges against your parents and get a divorce from them because you don't want to be in a house with them anymore? And so the person who answered the phone and said, yes. So she then said, well, I want to report a person who's a victim of that. And he said, okay, you want to put him on the phone? And she said, I am the person. And she has a rather strong voice. He said, oh, you sound like an adult. Well, I am the person. My father is very abusive. I'm sitting up here with a black eye now and a busted lip. I'm not going to school today. So he said, come in. And that was the beginning of it. Her father graduated from Harvard. She represented herself at 14. Her parents sat on one side in the courtroom and she sat on the other. And when she finished with him, when he got on the witness stand, when she finished with him, she's an attorney now, graduated from UCLA, is my personal attorney. They granted her a divorce from her parents. See, there's nothing as powerful as a made-up mind. You don't have to settle for an abusive life. You don't have to settle for living a small life. Therefore, take unto you the whole armor of God. You've got to fight for the life that you want. Herein my Father glorify that ye bear much fruit. Much fruit. You are not here to live a small life. You are here to bear much fruit. And you got to live life like you mean it. You got to be serious about being happy, being joyful, having your health, having great relationships, living a life that you feel good about, a life that you're proud of. Now, there's a difference between surviving and living. You think it's the same? If you believe there's a difference between living life on your terms or surviving with the life that has been given you, and this place where we are, this is not normal. This is strange. We're waiting for the next shoe to drop. If you agree with me that life, your life matters. Your dreams matter. Your talents matter. And you must treat them like they matter. And you have to create a movement. And you are the movement. You've got to organize and have some collaborative, achievement-driven relationships that will help you get it done. And trust me on this, if you go through the internet, you'll see all kinds of people dancing to Master KG's song. You see the majority of the stuff that's out there. It's craziness. For this platform, what an incredible platform to educate our kids. Our kids are being left behind. Did you know that? Because of what's going on, they're being left behind. Should we settle for that and look at the news and say, oh, isn't that awful? No, we got to step up and say, no, we're going to deal with this. There will be an intervention from us. We ain't talking about no Russian intervention. There will be an intervention from us. You think I'm going to leave my kids, my grandchildren, in the hands of the public school to educate them? No, I'm going to complement. I'm going to intervene to make sure that they have a winning shot, that they have an ability to be able to live their dreams rather than self-destructive behavior. I'm going to make sure they're mentally healthy by creating a healthy environment. I'm going to be intentional about that, being mindful of my mouth, what I say around them. And when I'm talking to people, they hear, they got big ears. They watch and mimic everything. I have a friend, whenever she's always doing this to her head because of her hair, you know, when her weave, she's always doing this. And her little 2.5-year-old granddaughter, she's walking down the hall. Know what she's doing? Doing this. She ain't had no weave on. She's just doing this. Why? Why? She saw her grandmother do it. They watch us. They watch us. And then when we are uncertain, when we don't have a plan of action, when we're not standing strong, when we don't have a spirit of optimism, when we're not joyful, all things work together for good for those who love God and for those who are called according to his purpose. When we're not answering the call on our life, they're watching us. We're examples for them.